Hey guys, it's Mike Chen here in Buenos Aires and welcome to Chinatown. This Chinatown was established in the 1980s and it's really vibrant. You see tons of food, tons of shops, a lot of souvenir stores, there's bubble tea shops. So today just gonna walk around and find some food to eat. Whoa, I don't think I've ever seen dumplings on a skewer before. Or crab rangoons. There's tons of these little stalls selling grab-and-go food items like little boxes of fried rice, skewers of fried chicken, dumplings, crab rangoons, buns. It's pretty interesting. Oh, taiyaki shop. That ginormous line back there was, I think they're selling the Korean corn dogs. And then bubble waffles over there. So this is like a Sichuan place that has soup dumplings, there's steamed dumplings, there's noodles. There's also Cantonese dishes. I'm thinking I want to try a beef dish because I want a Chinese beef dish cooked with Argentinian beef. So I'm gonna get a beef skillet, try some dumplings. I miss dumplings. So they told me their beef noodle soup is actually pretty good. So they convinced me to get that instead of the dumplings. So got my beef platter, got my noodles. I'm excited to be here. I love exploring different Chinatowns around the world. This looks like a fun one. Also for drinks, Wang I missed this too. My sizzling pepper steak came. Smells good. That's actually a pretty darn good plate of pepper steak. Wow. This is really good. This is a dish we would sell a lot back at the restaurant, but definitely didn't taste this good. I've had this dish countless times. This is probably the most tender I've ever had the beef. Oh yeah, that beef is ridiculous. It's tender, it's delicious. The sauce is good. I like the peppers, I like the onions. I don't really love carrots in this dish, but the onions and pepper definitely are infused with that nice flavor from the beef. That's good. I was just gonna eat like some noodles with this dish, but gotta get rice. Gotta eat this with rice. This is such a nice saucy dish. I was right to try the beef. The beef is ridiculous. Really, really good. Okay. Wow, my noodles just came. This is a pretty ginormous bowl of beef noodle soup. Tons of cilantro, bok choy. Look at this egg. I've never seen an egg in this dish before. This dish smells pretty nice. Okay, it's a pretty darn tasty bowl of beef noodle soup. Broth is nice and beefy, tons of flavor. It's very concentrated. Good amount of beef in here. Fried egg. That's a big bowl of beef noodle soup. Found some vinegar. That's a really tasty beefy broth with a little hint of heat. It's delicious. Add some vinegar. Definitely level up the heat. A lot of hot oil. Smells really good too. Oh yeah, there we go. Perfect ratio. Not a bad egg. Good texture on the noodles. Oh man. Oh, I'm so happy right now. I miss Chinese food. Beef is good. This country has some of the best beef you'll ever taste. Beef is really good. I'm really gonna miss the beef in this country. Add some hot oil to my pepper steak. Oh, hot oil is really good too. This is a great little restaurant. I'm surprised more people aren't here. Probably because they're not on the main strip. Food here tastes awesome. The only problem with the beef noodle soup is that it's so hot outside, and this thing will raise your body temperature by a lot. especially if you add a lot of hot oil. It's gonna be brutal when I go outside. Peach bubble tea. Pretty good. So when you go through the Chinatown gates, that's like the quiet street. The street next to it, this street that I'm on, there's so much stuff here. There's Chinese food, there's Japanese food, there's Korean food. This is one of the busiest Chinatowns I've been to anywhere. There are a lot of dumpling shops here. I counted at least 6 or so places that sells dumplings. Huh. Yeah, I don't like this. Not much of a filling. Really, really doughy. Filling really doesn't taste like anything. I taste some cabbage. Also, this wrapper is really, really thick. Yeah, this is not good. So like I said, there's a lot of Japanese and Korean restaurants and a sushi shop. Look at this. I noticed that people here don't eat a lot of seafood. Seafood is something you rarely see on the menu. I got their 12-piece combination platter. Looks pretty good. The sun is so bright here, by the way. That's a pretty good roll. First of all, fish is incredible. Melts in your mouth tender. The rice is interesting. It's vinegary, the texture is good, just a little different than what I'm used to. The roll looks like salmon, avocado, cream cheese. Delicious. Cream cheese is awesome, avocado's great. Definitely a good change of pace to have some seafood. It's just strange to me ever since I got here. I mean, this country, this city is right on the water. We don't see seafood anywhere. Even at the brunch buffet I was at, the only seafood was, I think, some shrimp, some oysters. That's about it. I guess in this country, the beef is so good, you don't need the seafood. This sounds really interesting. 酱汁刀削面, and it's made by a robot. I think that's the robot. So this is the robot sliced noodles. I asked if the robot was going to be slicing these noodles. They said the robot only slices in the morning. I guess even the robot needs to take a break. So really simple, just some veg, some onions, and some sliced noodles, and what smells like fermented bean sauce. And it's a soupy noodle. Wow, it's a soupy fermented bean noodle. I'm not really a huge fan of the flavor of the soup. I think this should have been a dry noodle. And I think if it was a dry noodle, this would have been really, really good because the noodles themselves, the texture, phenomenal. Hand-cut noodles. The dough is good. The thickness is perfect. It's got a beautiful chew to it. But this should not be a soup noodle. If this was a dry noodle, they put the same sauce on here, add some of that delicious Argentinian beef. This might be the best noodle in Argentina. Still, like I said, texture is really good. You can tell this is made from fresh dough. I would have liked to see the robot cut this dough. That would have been fun. I think the #1 food in this Chinatown are these Korean corn dogs. They do look a lot bigger than the Korean corn dogs I'm used to. I'll get one. Now, I've had this a couple times in my life. Was it always this big? This is close to half a pound, I say. And when you hold it up, look at this. I feel like this thing is about to fall off the stick. It's so, so heavy. Oh, wow. Wow. I don't think I've got to the cheese part yet. Whoa. So normally, the Korean corn dog I'm used to, you bite into it and it's cheese. This one's got a sausage in here. I think it is rice flour because it does taste a little airy and crispier than usual. But this is definitely the densest Korean corn dog I've ever had. I mean, one of these will 100% put you to sleep. It is so, so decadent. All right, finally got to the cheese part. So it's sausage on either end, melty mozzarella cheese in the middle, and then this part at the bottom, that's a sausage as well, I think. Wow. This is unlike any other Korean corn dog I've ever seen before. It's about twice the size, twice the weight. It's dense, it's heavy. I feel like if you come to Chinatown, one of these and a bubble tea, you're ready to go home. I'm going to a buffet later tonight, so I can't stay in Chinatown that long. I think one more place, then I'm gonna call it. And this restaurant is on the edge of Chinatown. Tea and chicken. There you go. Koreans got beer and chicken. Chinese, we got tea and chicken. Whoa, nobody here. And this is a Malatang restaurant. So here, you just take one of these white bowls and you start loading your bowl up with any ingredients you want. So pretty typical stuff, bean sprouts, greens. There's beef tendon. That is a ginormous beef tendon. Tofu, shrimp, oysters. And down here are the skewers. There's chicken wing, chicken feet. It's like beef, lamb, squid, sausages. Just got a couple skewers of beef and some Chinese chives. All right, my skewers are done. Two nice and fatty beef skewers. Beef in this country just on a whole different level. Juicy, tender. Add some cumins and chilies, and this is gonna taste exceptional. And I always chase that with some barbecue chives. That chive goes so well with the skewers. This place makes Malatang personal little hot pots. I got some potatoes, some bean curds, some more bean curds, some cognac, tofu, wood ear. Oh, it's not bad. And I got plenty of local beef. I think this is the spiciest thing I've had since coming to Argentina. This country, I don't think people eat a lot of seafood. I don't think people eat a lot of spicy stuff. This thing is just spicy, not very peppery, but very, very spicy. Oh my God. That beef is just as tender as the last Chinese restaurant. I'm telling you, if you love meat, if you love beef, there's not many places better than Argentina. Wood ear is good. Potatoes good. Beef is just unbelievable. So tender. So tender and hot. Yeah, this is definitely the spiciest thing I had on this entire trip. I think even when you ask for something spicy in this country, it's not gonna be that spicy. This is Chinese spicy, and I also haven't had hot pot in a few weeks. Today is just pure Chinese comfort food day for me. Well, except for sushi and a massive Korean corn dog. I'm leaving in a couple of days, so really glad I was able to come here and check out the local Chinatown. Like I said, always love going to the local Chinatown wherever I am. I just feel so happy, wherever I go, like I just feel so happy when I know that a Chinatown exists. And I had no idea this Chinatown here was gonna be so vibrant and festive and food focused. Because sometimes you go to a Chinatown, it's just a few restaurants, but here, you got restaurants, you got food stalls, tons of people walking around, eating, drinking bubble tea, and that's what Chinatown's all about. All right, I gotta hurry up and finish this and get ready for tonight. As always, I'll place that win to listed down below for you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Until we eat again, see you later.